So the few tidbits we picked up from LAPD officers, possible DUI suspect, a possible media stunt, but at this point that guy in that green Ford convertible just waving to folks as he drives down Reseda Boulevard. Some folks are gathering on the corners. They've heard about this thing, so they're coming outside waving right back at him. Fortunately, it's going along at very slow speed, so it's not exactly a danger to the community right now. If he makes a little bit of a turn, LAPD officers, I'll show you their proximity to the car right now. We'll open up the shot for you just a bit. They're in prime position. If they see that guy try to make a turn, they can move right in. These pit maneuvers work very well at or under 35 miles per hour, where a cruiser will come up with their push bar and they'll approach the rear quarter panel of the vehicle as he goes into that turn and try to spin him out of control.
Yeah, Bill, very odd pursuit. This is one of the stranger ones we've seen. And you're right, it could be a media stunt, but we just don't know. But it seems like he's at least following some of the rules of the road.
Well, he's going way under the speed limit, but
true.
Yeah, granted, this one is far less dangerous than other pursuits that we have seen. And it does beg the question, does this person have some weird objective here, or is he unstable? Or something in between. You know, it does bring to mind, remember that stunt on one of our major freeways, I think it was the 405 even, when that rock band got out and did a quick concert on their freeway, on their bus, and stopped traffic, and they thought it was a great idea. Clearly nobody else did, and they were arrested eventually. I can't recall if they served some time for that, but they definitely got in a lot of trouble. 101 near Sunset is where that happened, I'm being told by Joe. And
he could have gotten on the freeway. Thank goodness he chose to just stay on these surface streets and continue the slow.
Good shot of his sign right there. It says Victory Parade, and as we've been watching him, and he's waving to people, but with a victory sign, saying hello to anybody who will give him attention. It's you know, when somebody has this objective, you wonder when do they decide to start it. I'm going to begin at so-and-so place. I'm going to go for so-and-so long, and then just keep on going. His top is down, so clearly he wants to be seen.
And trying to talk to people and you know, wave to people on the street. And he passed an intersection and waved at another police car that was waiting at the intersection as well. It's just
and he's getting the crowd.
Okay. Yeah, this is
folks at the bus stop there waving at him as well. And granted, it's going to get a lot of attention because of all the police cars that are coming up behind him. And
they're going this slowly. Why don't they just do a pit maneuver if they find a wide berth of space there?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's at Ventura Boulevard, and that's a good question. I could only guess, Ellen, because there are certain protocols. Pit maneuvers are very dangerous because it throws a number of vehicles basically not out of control, but the police officer's car is going to swerve, his car is going to swerve. He also has the top down, which could make it exceptionally dangerous in case the car tips over. Plus, he's barely moving.
Yeah.
If they tried the pit maneuver and he's only going 2 or 3 miles an hour, it would take him 1 or 2 feet to stop. The vehicle. There's not a lot of momentum.
Peace sign there.
Rita, what did you say? He's going. Oh, that's the intersection. Louise, so that's Ventura Boulevard and Louise, still in Encino, I believe. And there he is with the victory sign.
With any luck, he doesn't have a tank full of gas, because this could go on for hours at this rate of speed.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is interesting, to say the least, trying to get to the bottom of what we're seeing here and why he's doing it. Clearly nobody else is in the car with him. We don't know a whole lot about this person. Perhaps the police do, because as Bill Thomas pointed out, the police have received some phone calls from people who know him.
We didn't see them earlier, but now they're starting to block traffic and break traffic from getting on in front of him. Right. And it's almost as if they are organizing a parade. This is the way they typically organize parades. That's what this is very reminiscent of. This is not like any police pursuit that I can recall. I'm at a loss with this one.
Well, you wonder why he just didn't wait until the Doodah parade in Pasadena. He could have been just as effective with that. But a lot of people coming out. One gentleman came out off the sidewalk there, tried to talk to him and walk alongside the car as well. And we are in not in Studio City. We'd be where? Sherman Oaks right now, aren't we?
Still Sherman Oaks, yeah. I mean, he's not breaking any speed records here, so he's just literally at a turtle's pace, crossing, we just passed Noble.
Yeah, okay, now we come up, obviously, to Van Nuys Boulevard there as he continues down
Ventura. He's crawling up to the red light.
Well, now he's
got
getting
the red
even
light.
larger
He's crawling
crowd
up
here.
to it. We do have reports that at one point he did run some red lights. But as long as we've been over him, he seems to have stopped for each red light. And
there's a red light there, so we'll see what he does.
Yeah, it's red right here, and if history is any indication here, he'll continue through. Well, here he is going through the red light. So here we go.
Red light, so there's
now
another
he's racking up the traffic infractions as well. But up until now, it kind of seemed like he's been obeying the lights, but that just went out the window, or out the convertible, I guess.
Aptly put there. We're going to continue to follow this until it. No. Somebody thinks he's going to stop him. Look at this. This is crazy.
Unstable individual who may indeed bring this pursuit to an end by himself. But you can see more people now entering the boulevard. And this is where it gets a little bit dangerous. Now you have officers with their guns drawn. And now you have. This is just this is incredible. Somebody now tackling this guy onto the hood of an LAPD patrol car.
Wow.
Officers with their guns drawn. Obviously, another unstable individual. I mean, this is just unbelievable. You have one unstable individual, now two people under arrest after a slow-speed pursuit, the likes of which we have not seen here, as far as I can remember. This is just totally bizarre. Now two people under arrest, one person doing everybody a favor by bringing this pursuit to an end, but not the way anybody would anticipate, and certainly not the way LAPD would encourage for anybody to behave, especially in the middle of Ventura Boulevard traffic. So now you have a little bit of a crowd forming. They're going to try and keep people on the sidewalk. But if you can roll, I don't know if we're able to roll that tape again. That was incredible to see another clearly unstable individual. Not sure if this is a homeless man, but he appears to be clearly under the influence of something as well. Walking in front of traffic, walking in front of this convertible. You saw the driver in the convertible put his hands up at that point as he was sitting in the driver's seat, and then almost as if that unstable individual in front of the car was making a citizen's arrest, he just tackled him onto the hood of the LAPD cruiser. And Chuck, Carolyn, I'm at a loss for words. This is
I haven't seen anything. I'm standing next to Fritz Coleman. I don't know how many of these we've watched, Fritz. I've never seen anything like this.
I mean, my pilot, Alex Krewell, and myself are both on the edge of hysterics here, cracking up. This is just incredible to watch, and you got to admit, I mean, it brings a smile to your face to see all of this, commotion going on down there. But certainly police were faced with a decision there, and they had an opportunity to bring it to an end, and they did just that without anybody getting hurt.
Well, it's interesting that the citizen was cuffed. He is in that Ford, that vehicle, the black and white unit. They've taken him away. They've taken the other guy away. And then another officer got in the Mustang, which we're presuming it's a Mustang, and then drove it over to the side of the road there. Now we got all these people out.
Yeah, and more LAPD units arriving out here now. You now have a crowd building, control. And they don't want to see that either. We've seen situations where, a restless crowd could, get out of hand, even though they're just kind of watching and taking pictures. The LAPD, I think, is going to try and clear Ventura Boulevard as soon as possible, get a tow truck out here to get this Mustang out of here, and hopefully business can resume as normal on a Friday night, or as normal as they can be on Ventura Boulevard.
Heck of a way to start the Memorial Day weekend, isn't it?
I tell you, this is a new one on me, Chuck. Again, you see more LAPD units arriving. The priority has to be, now there you see the other individual now with his hands cuffed behind his back, and he'll be taken into custody as well. And it'll be very interesting to see what charges he may possibly be faced with. I don't want to presume anything, but it's certainly...
Well, he could be charged with interfering. There's a charge with interfering with officers in a pursuit. Yep. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know there is something when you interfere with law enforcement.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he's definitely, on one hand, he's definitely broken some rules here, but on the other hand, he's kind of the hero of the hour for saving us from a prolonged slow-speed chase that could have gone well into Burbank. I mean, this was just... It was just so unpredictable, not knowing what was going through that driver's mind and what his intent was.